But this morning, this afternoon, I've been inundated with a ton of positive messages from gay people, from people within the LGBT community, again expressing this desire, this intention to switch their vote for Trump, because they've been completely abandoned by the left, by Hillary Clinton, by Obama's refusal to even name radical Islamic terrorism, by the refusal to point out that violent hatred towards gay people is a belief implicit within Islam. Not extremist Islam, not radical Islam, not jihadists who go and shoot up nightclubs. This is a belief held by the majority of Muslims. They either want to see gay people behind bars or dead. And that's not me saying that. You can go and ask them. You can go to their conferences, as you'll see in this video, where they are asked by an Islamic speaker, these are the punishments decreed by the Quran, by Allah, death for homosexuality. Do you agree with it? They all put their hands up. He asked them again, are you a moderate Muslim? You're not an extremist, you're a moderate Muslim. Yes, they all put their hands up. These are beliefs held by moderate Muslims. That article is relinked up at the top of drudgereport.com right now, alongside his story about 1 million Muslim migrants admitted to America under Obama's rule. So be sure and check that out as well. But we're going to go to this video now. Dear gays, the left betrayed you for Islam. Here's the clip. Adding a rainbow filter to your Facebook profile picture isn't a substitute for calling out Islam's violent hatred towards gays. Creating some lame, sappy hashtag like Pray for Orlando isn't going to stop Islam's violent hatred towards gays. Tweeting hashtag Pray for Orlando so you can virtue signal to your friends about how compassionate you are isn't going to stop Islam's violent hatred towards gays. Attending a candlelit vigil so you can smear your Facebook profile with selfies for social approval isn't going to stop Islam's violent hatred towards gays. Tweeting hashtag love is love to get one over on right-wing Christians isn't going to stop Islam's violent hatred towards gays. Tweeting hashtag love is love while you denounce those who stand up for gay rights in Muslim countries as Islamophobes is not activism. Risking your life to speak out against actual oppression of gays in Muslim countries is. Labeling people who draw attention to Islam's rampant homophobia as divisive isn't going to stop Islam's violent hatred towards gays. Calling the Orlando massacre a mass shooting so you can demonize the Second Amendment and absolve Islam of blame isn't going to stop Islam's violent hatred towards gays. Equating Christians who refuse to bake gay wedding cakes with jihadists who gun down homosexuals in cold blood isn't an argument. Hugging a Muslim isn't going to stop an ideology that literally wants to destroy Western civilization. But Omar Mateen is an extremist. How dare you blame all Muslims for terrorism? Really? So you think Islam's hatred for homosexuals is a belief only held by extremists?
They always can come with the same accusations. This speaker supports death penalty for homosexuals. This speaker supports death penalty for this crime or that. He is homophobic. They subjugate women, etc., etc., etc. It's the same old stuff coming all the time. And we always try to tell them, I always try to tell them that, look, it's not that speaker that we're inviting who has these extreme radical views, as you say. These are general views that every Muslim actually has. Every Muslim believes in these things. Just because they're not telling you about it, or just because they're not out there in the media, doesn't mean they don't believe in them. So I will ask you, everyone in the room, how many of you are normal Muslims? You're not extremists, you're not radical, just normal Sunni Muslims. Please raise your hands. Everybody, mashallah, subhanallah. Okay, take down your hands again. How many of you agree that men and women should sit separate? Please raise your hands.
Sisters in particular.
Everyone agree. Everyone agree. Brothers and sisters. Subhanallah. So it's not just these radical sheikhs then. Allahu Akbar. Next question. How many of you agree that the punishments described in the Quran and the Sunnah, whether it is death, whether it is stoning for adultery, whatever it is, if it is from Allah and His Messenger, that is the best punishment ever possible for humankind. And that is what we should apply in the world. Who agrees with that? Allahu Akbar. Are you all radical extremists? Subhanallah. So all of you are saying that you are common Muslims, you all go to the different masajids, Norway, or are you like a specific sect, like the Islam net sect or anything like that? Are you like that? No. Are you like that? Please raise your hand if you're like this extreme Islam net sect or anything like that. No one. Allahu Akbar. How many of you just go to these normal masajids in Norway, the normal Sunni mosques? Please raise your hands. Allahu Akbar.
In case you missed that, let me explain it to you. You just watched a room full of so-called moderate Muslims in a Western country unanimously agree that all gays should be executed. Do I need to talk to you about the Muslim cleric at an Orlando mosque who called for all gays to be executed just weeks before Mateen's massacre? Do I need to talk to you about how 52% of Muslims in the UK think homosexuality should be criminalised? About how Turkish media called the Pulse nightclub victims perverts? About how Al Jazeera viewers lauded the massacre? About how Muslims on Twitter celebrated the slaughter? LGBT community, the regressive left does not have your back. While telling you to obsess over transgender bathrooms and gender-neutral pronouns, they're making an alliance with people who literally want to criminalise your lifestyle. They're joining forces with a belief
after
system.
the break with the conclusion of that video. Again, the left has chosen to protect the feelings of Muslims over the lives of gay people. We'll be back after the break. Stay tuned. Well, for years, the left has taught gays, has told gays to obsess about transgender bathrooms, about gender-neutral pronouns. They've told them to be weak, to not have self-defense, to accept, to embrace an ideology that literally wants to put them behind bars for their lifestyle, that literally wants to kill them for who they choose to have consensual sex with. They've been told to embrace that. They've been told, you're lower on the totem pole of the oppression Olympics than Muslims, so you better bow down. Now, the Drudge Report has the headline right at the top right now. Islamic speaker admits killing gays is a belief held by moderate Muslims. That is the clip that you just heard out of that video where they're in Norway, they're in a Western country. The speaker asks the moderate Muslims, are you extremists? Do you go to normal mosques? They're not extremists. In their own words, they go to normal mosques. He says, do you support things like the death penalty for homosexuals and adulterers? They all raise their hands. This is not extremist Islam. This is moderate Islam. Let's finish the video. Here it is. LGBT community, the regressive left does not have your back. While telling you to obsess over transgender bathrooms and gender-neutral pronouns, they're making an alliance with people who literally want to criminalize your lifestyle. They're joining forces with a belief system that prescribes death for your consensual sexual choices. They're lobbying to import millions more people to the West who totally despise you. The left has chosen to protect the feelings of Muslims over protecting the lives of gay people. The left would rather make excuses for a belief system that led to the slaughter of 49 innocent people at a gay nightclub than, God forbid, being called Islamophobic. That's why legions of gay people are vowing to switch their support to Trump in the aftermath of Orlando. And even if you hate Trump, you should also hate the regressive left, because they've sold you out. They've stabbed you in the back. So leftists, please stop with the virtue signaling, the pointless hashtags, the candlelit vigils. The cliche is really wearing thin, just like they sacrificed Western civilization in exchange for political correctness. The left has sacrificed the safety of gay people on the altar of multiculturalism, lowering the drawbridge for the monoculture of Islam that is completely intolerant of any kind of diversity
and would rather see gay people behind bars or dead. There's the video. And again, this is what they've taught the LGBT community. You must embrace Islam in the name of diversity. They're embracing a monoculture that completely rejects diversity, that is completely intolerant of their very alternative lifestyles. But what's positive about this is you saw after Colorado, people switching their vote to Trump, gay people. And in fact, I've received a ton of messages just this morning from people responding to the video that you just heard, making the same sentiments. I'm going to read one here. I'm a gay conservative and I love you. I went to a candlelit vigil and was absolutely appalled by the way they classified everyone into little groups and hijacked the event to talk about Black Lives Matter and trans bathrooms. Then they had an imam from the local mosque come up and speak about how could this happen? What could make a person be filled with so much hate? Well, I think we both know what that is. He goes on, honestly, I was just shocked and I came away feeling even more depressed and less like a member of the supposed gay community. As a gay conservative in the arts, I have to somewhat keep my political views in the closet, lest I be ostracized by all the other local musicians and artists. And it goes on, and again, that's the key point. Leftists are completely intolerant of people with different opinions. But what's positive is that now a lot of people within the LGBT crowd are finally starting to see the light. They're being red-pilled. They're coming over to the side of freedom. We'll be right back.